So this comment is asking about rangers and what I think one thing that people don't really know about rangers, and I really like this question. For me personally, I define the ranger by the Tolkienian definition, not so much the D&D definition, although there is some overlap. But what that means is rangers are first and foremost stewards of the land and guides through the wilderness. Yes, there are rangers that rely on stealth and less armor and longbows and all of that, but that doesn't necessarily define a ranger. What defines a ranger is their ability to navigate the wilderness, and generally they work in small groups or tribes. In Tolkien's world, most of the rangers in the Third Age are Dunedain, which has its own implications, but I think the big thing with rangers is that they are capable wilderness folk who use their particular strengths and skill sets to defend the lands and defend less able people, especially those navigating the wilderness. So what that means is you will get rangers that do wear heavy armor and do rely on tactics outside of ranged. There are some rangers that their primary strength is their knowledge of the flora and fauna of the region that they're in and the alchemical and medicinal practices that might be involved in those regions. You'll have some rangers that are sworn to defend a certain region from, enemies like orcs and urukai and all of that. But I think the most important thing is when you look at rangers like Halbarad and the Great Company, is that ultimately they're small bands of capable wilderness fighters that use their strengths as individuals to come together and use teamwork to accomplish goals or sworn oaths or what have you. But the thing about them is that they're smart and that they utilize what they have at hand and what the wilderness provides to them to ultimately defend the lands that they care about. And I think that gets lost, especially with D&D. A lot of people put them into that category of, they use a bow and they have a pet. Yes, some rangers do, but it's a lot more than that. They use their individual strengths, they use their knowledge of the wilderness, and they use their cunning to accomplish goals together. That's the important part. Again, if you look at the Great Company from The Lord of the Rings, the books, you see this group of individuals who all have very niche strengths, but together they form this unit and they accomplish tasks together in a very cohesive way. And that is what I think defines a ranger. Not just the individual, but the team. And the fact that they are able to defend the land so capably because they do work as a team and they do use their individual skill sets and knowledge to come together and accomplish a task, especially in the wilderness. So thank you very much for the question. It's a fantastic question, and if you want more ranting about rangers from me, let me know in the comments, and I will keep going on forever and ever about this subject. This was kind of a very condensed version of what I think about rangers, and there are a lot of subcategories that I could go into, so if you have a question, please let me know. Please ask in the comments, and I would love to answer it. Thank you very much again, and happy adventuring.